Alright, Sentai fans, time to take a look at the final episode of the day, which is Hope Springs Eternal. As Medora sleeps in her castle, Toadpack and Bookbag sneak past her in the dark. Bookbag wonders if they should make their own Dora monster, but the vampire states that they've almost become non-existent since Lammy showed up. They need to do something bigger to defeat Lammy and gain Doran's chair. It even has a plan for it. Going to Leprechaun's workshop, he pulls out a troll statue before pulling out a traffic light, which he puts on the clay figure and putting in the monster maker. Bookbag decides to add in other items as well, like a baseball bat, cannon, hook, and pair of snuggles for activating it, but gets too excited until the new creation, Dora Tortoise, is activated. Bookbag wonders if it's failure, but Toadpack confirms he'll be alright. On the surface, the duo discover a group of active children, which Pandora hates the most. Bookbag states he hates their noise, as Toadpack wonders what would happen if they could play when they didn't want to. As Bookbag asks how, Toadpack reveals that with the ray from Dora Tortoise's green glow light, the kids will keep going even when they don't want to do something, confusing the ogre. Toadpack spies Boy playing with the children, thrown out of the game as the boy keeps throwing the ball. Boy, admiring this boy, Wataru, as becoming so healthy after previously beating him as ill, not being able to smile in hospital, wanting to be well and play with others until he took care of him enough to go home. Boy ends up throwing the ball too far when he suddenly is caught with it. Dora Tortoise tests to be on Tiger Ranger as a test subject, but he dodges. Making all the kids start moving without control, allowing for Boy to see the Dora monster behind the attack. Toadpack says he was lucky that the monster hit the children instead of Tiger Ranger, claiming the experiment a success, forcing them to play dodgeball until they die. After Bookbag taunts, Toadpack asks Boy to turn around to help the kids, make a run to help them out as Wataru cries for help in despair. Anyway. On the moon, Medora plots Dora Tortoise's Leprechaun and yells at them for making the worst creation ever and tells her not to confuse it with its artwork. In the park, Toad's mother comes to try and stop him as Boy throws his saber daggers at the turtle monster, making Toadpack yell at Dora Tortoise to attack now with his beam, hitting him, making him start running out of control. He runs past Toadpack and Bookbag as they escape, where they can't stop, but he has to do something to save Wataru and the others. Seeing how things will take too long if they just attack individual kids, Toadpack takes Dora Tortoise to Tokyo Tower to make the entire nation see the beam through their TV sets in a mass attack. He and Bookbag try to direct where the Dora monster goes, but Dora Tortoise gets angry, shooting more people, making them stop and start things at random no matter what they do before it's ready to begin the broadcast. However, the Rangers suddenly appear, with Bookbag declaring the two of them are different, as Dora Tortoise turns one of his arms into a baseball bat, hitting balls thrown by the ogre and making them run out of the way. Boy runs by warning them about the traffic signal, but Dora Tortoise tells him not to listen, flying right to Geki, making him avoid the beam as it hits Dan Goshi-Mei, making the freezing place before continuing to run due to his own curse. Seeing this opportunity to deal with Tyranno Ranger, Dora Tortoise replaces his head with a cannon, which fires towards the leader until Geki fires the ranger gun and makes the trio escape. Back at the shrine, the tribe Goshi, Dan, and Mei lament their situation being unable to fight. Barces discovers in the sky that Dora Tortoise has only one weakness. With turtles having the ability to live forever, tortoises live for 20,000 years. But the only selfish powers is the flowers of peace, which have lived longer than the monster. Geki asks where they are, and Barca reveals that they are on the Espal Mountains, special mountains which became invisible due to the spell of the tortoise, but those under spell can see where it is. In the city, Boy continues to run uncontrollably, leaving out people so his other children continue to be afflicted. Geki asks the boy to tell him he's the only one who can see it due to being under Dora Tortoise's spell, encouraging him. The Espal Mountains still appear to Boy, with Geki telling him to hold the monster off until Tiger Ranger returns. Pandora on the Moon compliments Toadpack, Bookbag, and Dora Tortoise for exceeding expectations, and tell the trio to go destroy the Ranger immediately, so they won't be top executives if they do. Meanwhile, Bucket is chasing the Epsom Mountains, yet Dora Tortoise is suddenly a giant in the city, causing more chaos for his masters as a call for the Ranger, with Geki and Tyrannosaurus answering the call. At Toadpack's instruction, the Dora monster reveals its bat and hook arms, attacking Tyrannosaurus as it slams the bat into the giant Geki, and Geki calls for Boy. At that moment, Boy runs down a close road in search of the mountain, while the guardian beast does his best to hold the giant monster off. Boy continues running, but realizes he keeps running. He keeps running, yet the mountain's farther away than ever, apologizing to Wataru and everyone for not being able to reach it. Boy hears a voice asking him if he's giving up, which Boy realizes is the guardian beast Saber Tiger, telling him not to give up for the sake of Wataru and the others in hospital trapped in the curse, with the doctor admitting he may not live if he keeps moving. Realizing Wataru's agony, Boy continues to run, approaching the Eskimo mountain even as Tyrannosaurus continues to be pummeled and the Zyuohger remain frozen. Keiki says he believes in Boy as he states he can't give up, running till he sees a vision of Saber Tiger, telling the Eskimo mountain is a mountain of hope and justice. If he gives up, it will disappear. But if he believes in defeating evil, it will be within reach. Without belief in him, Boy continues running until he sees the peace flower, running until he trips, makes legs move in the other direction and the flowers fly into the air. At the encouragement of the other Zyuohger and Wataru, Boy leaps and grabs the flowers. In the city, Tyrannosaurus gets pummeled by a cannonball, making Boy realize the pain and rush out of the timeless chamber and allowing Dragon Caesar to attack the turtle monster with its tail and fists. Embarrassed, Dorothy decides to hide, but reveals he was faking, makes two guardian beasts frozen in place. But without warning, Boy appears after transforming, leaping into Dorotor, seeing that the power of justice won't stop no matter what. That declares the power of the 30,000-year-old flowers, making Dorotor lose control of his power and allowing the guardian beasts to move, shocking Toadman and Bookback and making them realize they won't be executives. Genki commands a Dragon Harley from Dragon Caesar for Alicia Tyrannosonic from Tyrannosaurus, destroying Dorotortus. Later, the Zyuohger join the kids in dodgeball, as Boy and Wataru continue to attack each other with the ball. So I think it's a pretty good episode, and yeah, it's a good thing that Boy was able to get those flowers in time, so yeah. So overall, I give Hope Springs the Turtle 3 Megazords out of 5. Anyway, tune in tomorrow as we take the next episode, The Park Where Demons Dwell. So until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.